This is sure Tefiila is on like the Omer. Yesterday was like the Omer. So interesting that Chazal tell us that Akiva had 24,000 Talmidim, and all of them, they died, 24,000 Talmidim. And Shulchan Aruch says, like the Omer stopped the death. Therefore, it's a little bit simcha. Therefore, we don't say tachnun. And there's a question whether we shave on like the Omer or like the Omer. It's a machloket poskim. Some say Persian minhag also is to the like that. Shulchan Aruch says that. But the point is, the real question is that what's the real simcha here? What's the simcha? In other words, by Midbar, those that they were in the desert, and Hawashwar who said that they're going to die every year. The last year, Hashem gave them discount. Therefore, Tu B'Av is a simcha. We have a simcha because there was a remainder. But here, by Rabbi Akiva, there's no remainder. If there's no remainder, why is it? What's the point of simcha? Now, Chachamim tell us that's so interesting. If you notice that every day of the Tefiila that we count, the Tefiila has every day of the Tefiila that we count. Every day of the Tefiila that we count, there is one of the mitzvot of Hawashwar from Sefer from 7 Sefirot. Now starts with Chesed on the right side, Gevura on the left side. Chesed, Gevura, then Tiferet in the middle, because Tiferet is the balance between Chesed and Gevura. Then, down from Chesed is Netzach. Chesed Netzach. Netzach means forever. The real Chesed is to make the Chesed forever. That Netzach is. Now, if you do Chesed to somebody, it's temporary. It's not a Chesed. Chesed is forever. The Torah is forever. And that's Midah Moshe Rabbeinu. Then, Gevura is Hod. Therefore, Hod goes with the Gevura. Chesed means kindness. Gevura means refraining, power, strength. Once you have strength, being strong makes you refrain. Now, Hod is under the Gevura. What does Hod mean? Hod means splendor. Therefore, Hod is the splendor of Gevura. Somebody has Gevura, Gevura could be used in two different ways. One way is positive, negative. Now, splendor is using the power in the most positive way. Now, if you notice on Sifrat Omer, every night we have one Tefiila. And every night, every week, we go one with Tefiila, all of them goes through. Let's say first night, the Chesed Shebechesed, Gevura Shebechesed, Tiferet Shebechesed. Now, the fourth night would be Hod, and like Omer is Hod Shebehod. Means the night of like Omer, the day of like Omer, the mitzvah that we count by Tefiila is splendor of splendor. In other words, it's the ultimate power, ultimate kovach to have. Splendor of the Gevura, splendor, Hod Shebehod, splendor of splendor. Now, Chachamim tell us what's the splendor of splendor? Because it's the ultimate power that one could have. Now, imagine Rabbi Akiva lost 24,000 Talmidim. A person gets a ticket, $1,000 ticket. He needs therapy. He needs to go to, person gets down. Has not mood to do anything. Here, Rabbi Akiva lost 24,000 Talmidim, means 600 Talmidim per day. And it's not enough time to be Menachem Avel. Who should he get? Who should do? And there's no reminder. Torah is being forgotten because of that. And what happens? Rabbi Akiva gets up on that day of like Omer. Stop this. No Talmidim. The world is ceased to be destroyed because Torah is not being maintained properly anymore. Rabbi Akiva gets up and teaches 5 Talmidim, and through these 5 Talmidim, they grow and become Torah spread out. Therefore, Rabbi Akiva used splendor of splendor, power of splendor. Therefore, it's the ultimate power used to get up. The kovach of like Omer is that we don't give up. No matter what happens in one's life, we know there's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, have emunah and bitachon Hashem, that we could revive, we could do. He didn't get depressed, he didn't get down, he didn't give up, and he made Torah to happen and to continue. Now, what did he tell his Talmidim? His Talmidim said, that they died because of the kavod selaseh. They didn't give respect to each other. No, you be careful. Don't do whatever that they did. And through that, he maintained the Torah. Now, what does it mean? Lo nahagu kavod ze lazeh. It's very strange. These great talmidei chachamim, they didn't give kavod. Of course they gave kavod. What does it mean? Now, it's very interesting. It doesn't say lo nahagu kavod ze baseh. It says ze lazeh. What does ze baseh mean? What's the difference between ze baseh, ze lazeh? Ze baseh means they didn't involve in giving respect to each other. They didn't do respect each other. Baseh. But then say baseh, it says lazeh. What does le mean? It means two. In other words, everybody has a level of kavod. Now, giving a proper kavod is to recognize the level of kavod and give it properly. Torah tells us there are four groups when it comes to kavod. First kavod is kabed Hashem ma'ocha. The apostle says, respect your God, respect your Hashem. We have to have respect for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we learn Torah, we do mitzvot, it has to be respect. You can't just, disgrace Hashem in doing the Torah mitzvot. Then Torah says, Kabed and Morim. Person has to be afraid, to have respect the Morim, the teachers, talmidei chachamim, they have special respect. Rabbi Akiva says, you should be afraid of Hashem. Ed is mad with somebody, increases somebody. Who is increasing the apostle? You have to have fear. Besides Hashem, talmidei chachamim. They will see the fear and respect of talmidei chachamim are really close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because they represent Hashem. They represent what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. Then we have kabed avicha v'temecha. You have to respect your parents, right? That's very good, and it's very important. And then kabed, the other person has to give kavod to everybody. Chavu alecha, kavod chaverecha kishelach. The kavod Mishnah says, chavu alecha, it should be dear to you. The respect of somebody else like your own respect. Then we have to respect everybody like our own respect. There are four categories of respect. Now, what does that mean? What's respect? What's kavod? When you think about it, everybody thinks that we give kavod to each other, we give kavod to Hashem. But what's the really explanation of kavod? Kavod means three things. First point of kavod is recognition. You have to recognize you receive something. You have to recognize the level of the one that you are dealing with. Recognition of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what he does for us, what he stands for us. Therefore, the same token, the same way to have respect him. The recognition of talmidei chachamim and rabbeim, they are giving us olam haba, they are teaching us Torah. And talmid chacham, somebody who learns Torah, he doesn't teach you anything. But the fact that he learns Torah, is involved in Torah, you have to respect him. Then we have parents. They brought us to this world. You have to respect them properly. And everybody has to respect. Now, imagine somebody comes to the room, and I see him, I put on my head. I don't notice him. The recognition was not there. It's a lack of kavod. Imagine somebody comes, a stranger, I say, okay, hello. Somebody, more friendly comes in. And they just say like this and go, I didn't give the proper kavod. Because he needs more kavod. He says more kavod. What about the father comes? Get up. What about the rabbi comes? You go to him. Don't let him come to you. What about HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Be ready to give the full kavod and honor. Imagine a father has two children. One child is a great professor, researching, global, famous, very famous. Everybody talks about him. And he has another son that nobody knows, but he learns in Yerushalayim. It's a great talmid chacham. He finished Shas many times. He knows poskim, knows everything. I want to ask, Father, who are you more proud of? You want to test yourself. Do we respect HaKadosh Baruch Hu enough or not? Diagnose yourself and see who are you giving more kavod, who is more honorable. Deeply inside, what is your pride? Your pride is this famous doctor that everybody knows. Wherever that they go, oh, you are the father of the son. The other one, he learns Torah. He's Karov to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem loves him, but nobody knows him. Which one is more respectful for you? Therefore, when we say no, means the first and the most important point is that recognition. What is that person for you? Then it's gratitude. Once you understand that, you have to express to say, you have to acknowledge, you have to bring out. You can't just sit down, do nothing. When it comes to admire, you have to admire. Admire Hashem, Shebach, Odot HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Admire your Rebbeim, your Rabbis. No, Rabbi that made you from. A lot of times people forget. Are you in touch with Rabbi that made you from? Gave you Olam Haba? Do you send him a gift? Do you acknowledge any acknowledgement to him? Do you call him? Therefore, that is respecting talmide chachamim. That's it. That's the kavod. Kavod means recognition. He did so many things for me. Or the school that you were, Jewish school, or yeshiva that you were, Rabbein that helped you, or friend made you from. Any of these people has to be on your list of recognition and gratitude. Third thing is very crucial. Person has to be responsive at the time that he has to respond. He has to be active. He has to do something. Therefore, when he has to do something, just a friend, let's say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to be responsive. You say, okay, I kavod of Hashem. Kavod of Hashem, you have to be active upon. When you are davening, when you look at email, it's a disgrace to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When you look at our email, when you are davening, you have to be active. You have to kavod of Hashem. When my Rosh Yeshiva, when we was talking about a greatest sin, he would say, somebody who talks at the time of davening, at the time of chazorah. A lot of people feel chazorah is a coffee break. They give coffee break. Chazorah is not coffee break. Mitzat Kabbalah, Bereshit says, chazorah is much higher darga than Tefiila itself. Reviewing Shemon Esrei is more. Why? Because the Shemon Esrei is named for the Sibur altogether. Mitzat Kabbalah is much higher level. Imagine how much kavanah you had by Tefiila, but Tefiila each one by itself. Here, he's saying for everybody, and it's much higher darga. Stand up at the kavanah, whatever that he's telling about Shvarchu. That's Benishchai. Chatam Sofer said, Mitzad Pshat, that Tefiila Betzibur is not Tefiila that everybody davens, because everybody davens in different time. Tefiila Betzibur is when Shalach Tzibur davens, because that's the word of Shalach Tzibur goes to everybody. So, therefore, Mitzad Kabbalah, Chazorah is more important. Mitzad Pshat also, Chatam Sofer says, Chazorah is more important. Chazorah is not a coffee break. To give kavod and honor to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a way that it should be given. Therefore, we have to be very careful to give kavod. Or let's say that your rabbi is making a dinner or making something, or you have to respond at the time of respond. You have to send a gift, to be grateful to whatever that they did for you. You have to do an act. Your neighbor is sick. Act upon. Do something. Now the question is, in the third level of acting upon, we are very weak. Why? Because usually we ask ourselves, what could I do? Or we ask him, what could I do for you? And what's the answer of what could I do? Nothing. And you do nothing. See, just like food, some food are treif. Pig is treif, chazir is treif. Person cannot eat chazir. There are some statements that this statement is treif. It's not eating chazir. One of those statements is when you have to give kavod to somebody, you have to do something, you say, what could I do? That's the most treif, most disgusting statement that a person could make. Because most of the time, the person does that, and then what he says, I can't do anything, you don't do anything. Somebody is in the hospital, needs help. You say, okay, what could I do? Nothing. What do you mean? Find out what you could do. Find out that what should be done. Do it. Go after it. Somebody is doing something, it's a crucial moment, something. Find out what could be done. In other words, if somebody is pig, only part of him becomes pig. Chazal said that that's why our doesn't bring stumbling block for food. Because whatever that person is becomes part of him. But somebody that really is friend or somebody community or something, somebody meets him and says, what could I do? And doesn't do anything at that time is worse than eating pig. Because when a person eats pig, just eat a little bit pig of himself. But when a person says, what could I do at the time that he has to do something he doesn't do, becomes a lazy bone like a pig. all of his totality becomes like a pig. Unbelievable, It could be your wife, it could be your children. What could I do? Nothing. Person doesn't do anything. At the time it's crucial. There is sensitive moment. You could do it. Everybody could do something. Now, in the sense of everybody could do something, I want to share with you a story about Rav Shmuel Wazner. Rav Shmuel Wazner is one of the greatest poskim, and he was lived there a few years ago. Was a great poskim and great Hasava in Torah. Listen to him. One time he was sick and he was in hospital, and the Rav of the hospital comes to him and tells him, Rabbi, today somebody asked me a question that I don't know how to answer him. Maybe I should ask you. You are a Gadol Hador, you are the Posek Hador, you should know. Okay, I don't know whether I could answer or not, but okay, I would be happy to hear your question. He says, I have somebody in the hospital today is losing his limbs one by one. Can't walk, can't move his hands, cannot do anything, cannot even excuse himself. He cannot. He needs help for everything. Now he's asking me, how should I make bracha of Shasali Porsoki? I want to make a bracha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that Hashem made all of my needs, but I'm a very needy person. I have a lot of needs. I don't have all of my needs. How could I make this bracha? The Rav said, when he heard from him that, shocked him. He says, for a lifetime, person says a bracha, he doesn't understand what he's saying. He doesn't understand. Hashem does all of my needs. And at that time, I felt, I don't know. It's a very good question. Very good question. What happens to him? Then we came to Rav Shmuel and he asked him, what should I tell him? Rav Shmuel told him that, okay, I come and talk to him. Let me come. He said, no, you are Gadol Hador, Posek Hador. It's not kavod to it. No, I'm coming. I'm answering him. No, tell me, I'm coming. He had a lot of, tirage with him, talmidim around him and everything. You see that commotion in hospital, this man sleeping with the bed, they move him from the very studies to the sick person in ICU. And he goes there and talks to him and tells him, how are you feeling? He says that, you know that I'm deteriorating all the time. I'm losing all organs. And okay, I'm happy, Baruch Hashem, thank Hashem, but I don't know what's happening with me. They told him that, let me tell you a story. When Rav Shmuel said that when he was a child, he was learning in the Yeshiva Lublin. And his Rosh Yeshiva was Rav Meir Shapiro. Rav Meir Shapiro is the one who established the Daf Yomi. It's a great Gadol Hador, Posek Hador at that time. And he established Daf Yomi. Now, this Rav Shmuel, young Rav Shmuel, was a talmide of him. One time he told him that there was a sick person, a very bad situation. I want to go to visit him, Yachad Kollel. You want to come with me? So, of course, to go with my rabbi, to see how does he deal with the sick person, how does he talk to him. It's a very good experience for me. Of course I come with you. They go together. And meanwhile, he tells him that this sick person got into accident, whatever, and he's losing himself. And, when we're going to go there, be very careful. It's a very sad moment. But okay, we have to be there. Sometimes in this sad moment, sad place, you have to go. When they go there, you find out that the person that is sick, not much sick, it's about, there's nothing to, but he's making a smile, biggest smile, ears to ears, smile, and very simchati, very happy. Couldn't believe it. They were expecting to come to a room with a lot of crying, and relatives are crying, he's crying, but he has a lot of simcha and happiness. This talmide, Rav Shmuel, tells his rabbi quietly, what's happening? How come you're so happy? The rabbi tells him that I'm surprised also. I don't know why is he happy. Let me ask him. He says, I want to know what makes you so happy. What's such a great face, smile on you? And he tells him something very interesting. He tells him that, see, you are a Gadol Hador, I know you. You are a great posek. When you come to me, I wanted to get up to greet you. I wanted to get up to bring a drink for you. I wanted to hug you. I wanted to respect you properly. But I can't do all of these things. But the one thing I could do, and that is smile at you. Offer you my best smile. Therefore, at this time, I think what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from me is just giving a smile, offering a smile. Because all of the other things I don't have. All of my needs is to express the best smile to whoever that I see. That's why I put all of my energy, all of my koach, have the best smile for you. That is my need at this time. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives whatever that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives to a person, that's me. Now, Rav Shmuel told that 60%, of course you could make Baruch HaShasar Kosoki, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you all of your need. But what do we learn from this story? We learn, what could I do? Stress. Everybody in any situation could do something. Saying, what could I do? And the result is you don't do anything, stress. It's worse than eating pig. Person eats pig, becomes a little bit pig. But saying that totally becomes like a pig. Saying, what could I do? Is not justified. This person could have said, what could I do? He would do nothing. But he expressed the best smile. And I'm sure that I was Baruch Hu, and they said, but that is sick person, he heard from Rav Shmuel, and he was very happy, and he got into right mood, and after 2-3 weeks, he came out of the hospital. Because you should know that nowadays, sick people, mental health is much more than physical health. Mental health makes a healthy person sick, and mental health becomes the best medicine for somebody that has a physical health. With the mental health could cure himself. And here, after a few weeks, he came out of the hospital. Here we learn the kavod, 3 dimensions of the kavod. First is recognition, then acknowledgement, gratitude. Third, to be responsive at the time that you have to be responsive to do whatever that you are supposed to do at the time to the level of that person that you are relating to.